What's going on, guys? I'm Johnny, owner of Blaze of Grass Lawn Care in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. Beautiful, beautiful morning. As you can tell, it just finished raining and it is scheduled to rain the rest of the day here and there. But that is not going to stop us. No way, Jose. And before you mention it, yeah, my blinker is out. I need to get a new bulb, but that's okay. I'll take care of that real quick, so no big deal. But other than that, guys, today I'm gonna mow this centipede lawn, which is a bi-weekly. And so you guys know all of my lawns are now bi-weekly because if you didn't know, southern turf tend to minimize its growth during the fall. So I usually go bi-weekly until sometimes the beginning or mid-November, and then monthly on some properties and bi-weekly on the ones where I mulch the leaves or have leaf cleanups. And yeah, so I do this year round. I don't have a end of season. I just have a slow season, right? Now, during January and February are my really slow month where I'm only dealing with the leaf cleanups or I'm dealing with overgrown shrubs or plant bed cleanups or those type of jobs. So yeah, so today I'm using the Toro Revolution Grandstand, which is a 48-inch battery powered mower, and I will be using the Crest commercial handheld equipment, which is also battery powered. The turf that I'm mowing is centipede and a little bit of everything else. As of right now, this turf here is, I want to say, probably 50% centipede turf, and the rest is, weeds and a little bit of everything. But at the end, it always looks good. So, and this one, because it's not fertilized or irrigated, I mow on a bi-weekly basis. Now, like I said before, this is a battery powered mower and it does the same job as a gas powered mower. The only difference is I plug it in once a week, and currently I've had this mower for 2 seasons now. I'm getting around 60 to 65 properties with one charge. So I mow scheduled service properties, okay? And I mow medium to what I would consider a little bit beyond medium, not super large properties. For you guys that have been following me for a while. And yeah, those are my, you know, targeted customers. Now, I don't do overgrown properties, so I can't tell you what it does in an overgrown property. I'm to the point in my business where I do not do overgrown properties. Um, so yeah, knock on wood. So like I said before, all my properties are scheduled, and that's one thing that I would recommend to you guys depending on where you're at. If you're picking up new customers, always put them on a schedule, okay? The last thing you want to, as a business owner, is to be on call. Now, when you first start your business, you're gonna get people doing that, okay? And sometimes you don't have a choice. And I understand, I did it. I did it a lot of times where I didn't come up with a schedule and people mainly call me. Some of them call me every 10 days, some of them call me every 14 days, some of them call me once a month. And I didn't know the difference. See, I just thought, cutting grass was cutting grass, but that's not the point, guys. If you want to have, the customer property looking its best, you have to put them on a schedule. Okay? The bare minimum that I will recommend, depending on where you're at, is bi-weekly. Some people do 10 days. I personally don't do 10 days because 10 days, it complicates things. You know what I mean? You have your weeklies and your 10-day properties that just fall in different days, and if it rains, then you're backed up, and it's just a mess. I would recommend bi-weekly schedule, which is every 14 days, or weekly schedule, which is every 7 days. Now, what I do in my area is if you fertilize your lawn, I automatically put you on a schedule, which is from March through mid-May. I'm mowing on a bi-weekly schedule, which is every 14 days. From mid-May to September, sometimes the beginning or mid-September, you're on a weekly schedule because that's when your turf is growing like crazy, especially if you irrigate and water in my area. And then from mid-September through, I want to say, November-ish, depending on Mother Nature, then you own bi-weekly. And then just a handful of my customers will call me when they need me during the winter time. But most of my customers are on a schedule. I will show up once a month and do an overall cleanup, trim the shrubs, blow the leaves, blow out the leaves from the plant beds, those type of jobs, trim crepe myrtles, which I do in February. So there is a schedule to what I'm doing. And that's what you need to think about as well. Think about your growing season in your location. Think about, how you can provide a service that your customers need. A lot of times homeowners don't know, to be honest with you. The only time that they will call you is when they look out the window or they're coming home and the place looks like a mess. But if you have a schedule where you know when to come and take care of those things for them, they will greatly appreciate it. Another thing that I do sometimes also is, I'll drive around during the winter time, and these two my customers, the ones that, are not on a specific schedule, and take pictures. If certain things need to be done, you take a picture, you send them a quick text and a price, and, schedule the service for them. What is the worst that can happen? They say no. That's it, right? That is it. So as a business owner, guys, you have to learn how to be proactive and find work. The work is out there. And if you find it, you take a picture, send your customers a text. It'll work out for you. I don't do the email or the phone call thing because everybody, that I know of, utilize the text, feature, and it works for me. So yeah. So right now I'm edging my property with the Crest Commercial Curve Shaft Edger. And yes, I could have easily utilized a string trimmer, but I didn't feel like it. When the property is wet, really soggy, not wet like this, right? Because this is not muddy. But when it's really, really soggy and you have to mow and you have to edge, I usually utilize a string trimmer. It minimizes the amount of mud that is kicked up. But yeah. So now I'm just trimming, the areas where the mower didn't reach. And this is also the Crest Commercial string trimmer. And both the string trimmer and the edger, guys, are professional equipment. Okay, professional outdoor equipment. So they have a rating of 4, um, ISPX rating of 4, which is, they can withstand the, water, so you can utilize these professional equipment in the rain, which, is not going to stop you from anything. And, something, I guess, just so you know, their batteries are warranty for 3,000 charge, so you can charge these things 3,000 times, and they're on the warranty. So again, that's why you buy professional equipment, and you don't go out there and buy the cheap battery stuff and then try to use them for professional use. And then when they break or they don't have enough power, whatever the case might be, like case in point, uh, the string trimmer and the edger, the power is equivalent to a 30cc gas engine. So it has the power to get the job done. A lot of times we want to hear the noise or the engine. If we don't hear that, then we're under the assumption that the equipment is not making, it's not doing what it's supposed to, but it is. It is definitely doing what it's supposed to. So guys, let me tell you um, about this incident real quick. It happened yesterday. One of my longtime customers, well, I came by and was doing, the job that I'm supposed to do, which is just mowing. And, we do the shrubs. I do the shrubs whenever, she requested. But this time, um, once I finished completing the job and I was blowing, I saw 5 3-gallon containers in front of her door. So, I'm blowing. I didn't pay any attention. She came out and said, hey, do you mind planting these? And then she pointed to an area where I guess, I don't know, she had a put some, like a marking where she wanted them. I said, okay, sure. I have the time, which I usually schedule stuff like that, but I said, I have the time. It's going to cost you X amount. She goes, what? I said, yeah. Additional work, is additional pay. She goes, well, I was under the assumption because it's going to only take you 10 minutes to do the job that you can just do it real quick. And I go, no, it doesn't work like that. I said, number one, you can't assume that this is going to take me 10 minutes because number one, there are 3-gallon containers and there's a prep to the area, et cetera, et cetera. No. And I also told, I said, listen, if you have, let's say, an electrician show up to your house to install an outlet, you just don't say, hey, by the way, can you, I don't know, put another outlet or put a light over here since you're here and expect to be charged the same thing. It doesn't work like that. If you want additional services, then it's additional, payment. And she just looked at me and said, okay, well, if it's like that, don't come back. And I just told her, okay, thank you for the past business and have a blessed day. And at that time, I turned around, opened my app, charged my services because I have credit card on file, charged my services, and I canceled her account. That's it. Now, what would you have done? Would you have done the service for free? I don't think so. Nobody works for free. It doesn't matter who you are, nobody works for free. So leave a comment in the comment section, guys. Let me know, was I right or wrong? I don't think it was fair. And I will tell you this, to be straight up. Um, Even if she called me back, I'm not gonna take her on. I'm not, because it was just so abruptly. I mean, this is a lady that I've been servicing for years. But, hey, like anything else, things happen in this business where, I could have sat there and talked to her for about 30 minutes, but no, I'm to the point where it's no. I'm a human, and it was unacceptable.